Greetings. I am finally making my YouTube video for the month of August. I don't even know how I did in the month of July. I think I got two in July, but I honestly can't say for sure. And then it has been on my mind for weeks, but I just haven't done it. So here we are. And I'm shooting this with my iPhone 17 because I don't like the audio or the visual. It's like kind of I don't like how it uploads onto my YouTube channel. But I also, now that I say that out loud, need to check and watch it from a different resolution on YouTube. So that could also be the problem too. But we'll do that later. Right now, I'm here and some updates that I have. So I've officially started working at this new school, and it's the first of its kind here in Georgia. It's a healthcare pathway school for students to get certifications in the healthcare field prior to graduation. So they already have hireable skills and knowledge that they can take right into the field. I'm starting with the sixth grade, and I have to get used to being with the sixth grade again because they're young. But actually, it's going well. And what I like about these students is that they're actually there to learn. Like they actually, when I tell them to do something, when I tell them to do their work, they do their work. So it's not bad. And then I have a lot of autonomy, so I create my lesson plans. I'm developing the units, like because we're the first to do what we're doing, nothing has been created, so I'm creating everything. And I'm already recognizing that because this is the first of its kind, that just means that, and I'm having to do the hard work now, that just means that on the other end of it, there's good things. It's up, it's up, it's up, it's up, it's up. So yeah, there's that. And I've been doing my basketball training. The gym that I had been using in College Park, the guy who had been leasing out the spot decided not to renew his lease because rent was going up, and it doesn't necessarily make a lot of income. Like he uses the spot for his cars because he rents and leases cars, and so that's originally what the spot was for. And then he kind of transformed it into a gym, and I just happened to make the connection, and he was letting me use it to do my training sessions. But that is no longer an option at the moment. But he is looking into some other facilities, so I'm just going to be patient as he does what he does, and then I still have courts that I use around Atlanta anyway. They're just outside. So hopefully, now that the summer is kind of coming to an end, those summer camps will give up free up more space in those rec gyms because you can always go to a rec gym. But right now, or over the summer, a lot of them were being used for various things. So there's always a way to make things happen, and I'm gonna find it. I did my 23andMe. I was true to my word, and I found out where I'm from. I still want to make plans to visit some of those places. Definitely Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, and I want to go to Ireland. And I feel like I should go to Portugal. I've always wanted to visit Spain. Actually, prior to the pandemic, one of my goals was to live in Spain for 2 years. I don't know if I'll live there, but definitely plan to go there and hopefully for a long vacation. Um, and yeah, I finished my master's. That journey took like almost 10 years because I started it when I was fresh out of undergrad in 2017, and they only let us take one class at a time because I was working on staff at Southern New Hampshire University while I was coaching the team. And so because I was on staff, I was able to take classes for free. So I was taking one class at a time, and it was taking forever. And I was living in Manchester, New Hampshire. Manchester, New Hampshire is like 98% white people. And so I just was not trying to stay there. Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I lasted 2 years and I was like, I'm not gonna make it. And my brother was there at the time. Like he was actually working for SNU. They call it SNU for years. And SNU was the first person to give me a full time offer when I was in high school for basketball. And the coach was really wanting me. Like she was one of my top recruiters, and I wanted to go D1. I didn't want to go D2. I wanted to go D1. And the reason why I didn't want to go D2 was because I didn't like that the men and women played double headers. Like that was a deal breaker for me. Like you mean we don't get our own game nights? It's something that simple. We don't get our own game nights. So I didn't. Once I found that out, that the men and the women travel together, and they basically the women play at what 5:30 and the men play at 7. I was like, I'm all set. But I had a whole bunch of D2 looks, and D1. I had a few D1 looks too, so I already knew that it was an option for me, and so I ended up telling the coach at SNU, no, actually, this is a good time to tell this story. So I'm on campus doing an unofficial visit at SNU. I'm in Manchester, New Hampshire. I'm 15, maybe 16 years old, and they're doing their summer camp. So I'm touring, visiting, getting to know the team or whatever. And then Jennifer Rosati calls me while I'm there and offers me a full scholarship. And at first, I was like, I didn't want to say yes right then and there because I'm literally at this other school and they're recruiting me right now in real time. So I was like, okay, like I'm gonna have to think about it, but thank you so much. I'm so excited. Da, 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 da. And I probably like called my dad and let him know or whatever. And my AAU coach calls me and she's like, why didn't you tell Jen yes? And I said, I'm at a recruit visit right now. Like I can't say yes. She's like, you gotta call her back, tell her yes. Because this had already been in the works. This had already been in the works. And I'm like, okay, okay, okay. So I call Coach Riz back and I'm like, I'm gonna accept your offer. I'm super excited to play for you. I can't wait. Da 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 da. And now I have to go back into the gym with the campers and the players. And as soon as I walk into the gym after I get off of this phone, they have made up a chant saying, come to SNU, come to SNU, come to SNU. They had all the campers singing it, all the team was singing it. And I'm just like, if I could have been red, I would have been beat red. I'm just like, oh, yo, this is too much. This is too much. And so I end up finishing out the visit. I don't even remember what I ended up telling the head coach by the end of the visit. I don't even remember if I told her that I might have told her I was thinking more about you. I don't even know what I said. I have no idea. But fast forward to me graduating college and wanting to really just be a grad assistant. Like I thought about going pro and I thought about playing either overseas or for the WNBA, but I was actually really mentally exhausted. Like playing for Jennifer Rosati was not easy, and she kind of took away the fun of the game because it was so intense. And so I was just mentally drained. Like I didn't know this at the time, but I could feel it at the time. And so I did a couple combines. I did a combine in Dallas. I did a combine in Greenwich. I did a combine in New York. And I just wasn't playing to my best ability. I know I wasn't because there's things when you ball your whole life, it's something that you don't really have to think about it. But I was all up in my head. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna find a grad position because I had a degree in psychology. I didn't know what I wanted to do with that. And so I ended up reaching out to Karen Pinkos, the head coach at SNU. And she ended up letting me know we don't have any grad assistant positions, but I have an actual coaching position if you want it. And I'm like, you know what? my brother already lives there. He's already working at that school. Yeah, I can make this work. So that's how I ended up coaching right out of college in Manchester, New Hampshire at this D2 school. And I actually really enjoyed the coaching piece, the recruiting, traveling, season. And at the time, I was still young, so I was around the same age as the players. So I really could relate to them. And, I had this fresh knowledge because although it was tough playing for Coach Riz, she really did teach us a lot about the game. And so it was a really enjoyable experience, except that was actual culture shock for me. Like being around all those white people was actual culture shock for me because people don't know that Connecticut, is very diverse. We have all types of people all from everywhere. And where I grew up, it's a lot of black people. Like I'm used to that. Like the people that I hang around were black until I went to high school. That was a different story. But for most of my life, I was surrounded by black people, and so to go there was something I had never experienced before. And so I ended up leaving and going to back to Connecticut, got a D3 job with she was my former coach. She actually recruited me to go to Hartford. Originally, she would come to my game. She loved me, Jackie Smith. And that's how I ended up back in Connecticut. And I just spent a lot of time figuring out, do I want to stay with this game? And I decided that I did. And so I loved it until the pandemic hit and everything stopped. However, training has brought back that passion for being in the gym and just being around the game. I love being around the game, and it's allowed me to not have to take a whole toll on my body by trying to play for years and years and years on end. And I've actually found other ways to stay active. And I found a new love for just health and exercise. And I think it fulfills a passion much deeper than just the game ever could. So, all in all, I'm happy with where I ended up, even though it's not what I originally had thought I would be able to do when I first graduated. And life has a way of just taking you through different pathways, even leading me to YouTube and the videos that I do on social media, on Instagram and TikTok. It stems from a place of wanting to communicate and wanting to get my voice heard and my message out. And I know that YouTube can do that for me. I just have to make this the new habit. Like I just have to put the time in to make this a thing. So I can come on here, I can do what I want, I can ramble, I can talk for as long as I want. And if you want to listen, then you'll listen and you'll stay and you'll hear me. And hopefully, I can grow here and I can find new ways to express myself and like take on this new journey and then add in like things I like about editing and music and art and things like that. So I'm sticking with YouTube. It's still a thing. We still got goals. Things are still going to happen. I've been doing Twitch consistently for the last 2 months, and I'm going to stay consistent with it. It's actually not too hard to just spark the stream and hop on there. And I paid attention to some top streamers today. So I have a pretty good idea of ways to use Twitch. And so I'm just going to keep at that. And yeah, those are the things that I feel like I want to update you guys on for this YouTube video. Let me make sure my phone is still recording because the storage on my phone be acting crazy. All is well on the storage. So, yes, I am here This is another video upload. This is video upload number 1 for August. And I don't actually know what number I'm on because I think I've done 2 and 2. I'm pretty sure I'm on target for my number and my goal. And I'm just gonna stay consistent and we just gonna grow. Y'all gotta watch the growth. The growth is coming, and then hopefully the visuals and the audios come out very well. So y'all check me out for the next video that will be posted in another 2 weeks. I'll be back. I love y'all. I'm grateful for y'all. I appreciate everyone who follows my journey, everyone who pops in, everyone who listens. If you made it this far, you're a real one. I'm keeping you with me. You can't go nowhere. You're stuck. You're here. So be back in 2 weeks for the next update or possibly something even more entertaining. Okay?